Okay, so this is a different flu tracking map, which I've only learned about as a result of the coronavirus. So this is from a company that makes thermometers that are actually internet connected. And what they do is they measure basically it measures the number of people who are sick or who have fevers. And so right now, this is what you see. This is as of March 27th. So this is actually a week later than what we saw before. And this is sort of where the flu is now. But what's really interesting is you can actually click somewhere. Where would you like to click? What state?
Oh, let's go to Florida. Seems like it has a high amount of cases.
Okay, so I'll go to Florida, where maybe Miami.
Yep.
Okay, and so now we can actually go down and we can see. Well, I didn't click Miami. Thought I did. Let's Miami-Dade County. Okay, so here we go. Miami-Dade County, and so we see over time. This is what the flu has looked like in Miami-Dade County. So, in fact, up in the beginning of this year in March, in sort of through the middle of March, even just about a week ago, it was the blue line here is expected or sort of normal activity, and it looked like it was a really bad flu season.
Yeah.
And then what's happened?
It's peaked very suddenly, and then it's gone down to the expected amount, even below that. Yeah, so it started off on the trend.
Yeah, it sort of looks like was that January or when was that? Or February, actually. So February looks like it was about a normal flu season. And then things really picked up around Miami, much more than a normal year. And then they've fallen off since March 19th.
Oh, also, doesn't the coronavirus or COVID-19 symptoms are fever? So maybe this is partially because of the coronavirus?
Well, yeah, that's what we're going to try to see. So where else should we look? You pick a place to look.
Well, let's look somewhere that we know. Maybe can we look at New York City?
Yeah, click around there. So click on it, and then it zooms in, and then you can sort of click a.
Which one's New York? Is it this one?
Well, yeah.
Let's just do this.
Click around there.
Okay.
All right. So what do you see? This is Kings County, New York, and we can go to Westchester, or we can click on the Bronx, and we can see sort of the similar thing.
This seems like it was sort of a bad flu season. It looks like it did get
this is March
pretty high, but it also did drop off relatively quickly. It was just like this small peak here, like kind of a 2-week stretch here.
So the flu was really increasing pretty severely, and then it fell off actually pretty quickly. Any thoughts on what could be going on with that?
Well, maybe because of the flu, they had to impose more severe restrictions, and that sort of stopped the spread of the flu.
Yeah, well, there were restrictions put on, but it wasn't because of the flu.
It was because of the coronavirus.
It was because of the coronavirus. And so what we've seen since those restrictions have been put on is the flu cases have really gone down pretty substantially. But do you know what's happening in the New York City area right now with regard to coronavirus?
I think those are still on the rise.
Yeah, they're still rising. But do you see that? Do you see any rising sickness in here?
No.
Yeah, you see falling sickness.
And we can go around Boston now, too. So
it's actually fallen a lot below.
Okay, so in the Boston area, you have up through the middle of March, you had an above-average flu season, but it wasn't as much as it was above average in Florida or New York. But since the restrictions of school cancellation and recommendations to stay in your house and everything have come into play, things have gone way down. But do you know what's happened with the coronavirus cases around the Boston area?
So
It is.
also still rising.
Going up.
They're rising really fast. So we're got to try to understand why we're not seeing that in this map. But one really interesting thing in this map, if I go back to the national view, here's the trend. So we looked at Miami, New York, and Boston. Here's the national trend. So 7-day illness trend, decreasing, steady, increasing. So what's happening all around the United States right now with regard to the flu?
Everything is decreasing. I mean, that's, I guess, to be expected because I guess what you'd consider the flu season is almost over.
Okay, so the normal flu season is sort of coming to an end anyway.
Yep.
And what else?
All the stay-home restrictions are in place, so people aren't spreading the flu as much.
Okay, so if you looked at this map, would you be concerned about the coronavirus?
No.
You'd think we've hit the peak and everything is just going down.
Yeah, so one really interesting thing is the spread of the coronavirus isn't being picked up in these flu maps. All right, so let's look at one more thing.